Alright, Kiss Army, it's time to drop the needle, kiss my wax.
Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of Kiss My Wax. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason Herndon. On the screen we got Tom Shannon as always. Hey. And our special guest this week is Henk Van't Zand, right?
That's pronounced good.
Good enough?
Yeah.
And he is the author of this amazing book. So the Kiss 7-inch vinyl guide. He's I guess you're updating this now, which we'll talk about later, but this is a good piece. You know, you can't get these anymore, can you?
I've got, I think, about 10 left. That's all.
Yeah. So if 10 of you want to buy it, contact Henk, and maybe he'll sell you one or something. So, but we're going to talk about. I know me and Tom, or Tom usually, we generally address 7 inches for the particular albums that we're dealing with, but we just don't have a lot of import stuff, international stuff. So this is going to be a good time for Henk to just break it all down and show us what the rarest stuff is and the coolest stuff, and whatever he wants to show us, that's what we're going to do. So anyway,
there you go.
So our normal business. Got anything to open, Tom?
Yeah, I got a couple things here.
Okay.
One, I got this off of eBay, so it wasn't any member on the page or anything, but I like to get these, but I explained to my wife today I would never, ever, ever put one of these on my turntable, and I really get them just for the novelty of them more than anything. Got a nice South Korean elder here.
Ooh.
And Henk, I was sitting there thinking about this. There's no South Korean 45's, are there?
No, there are.
I've never seen any.
No, there are.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, buddy. That's a good thing, because these things are garbage. I mean, besides the cover, what we find on these is when you look at them real closely, the trail off wax. These are the stampers from the U.S. pressings after they're wore out, and somebody takes them out the back door and sends them to South Korea, and they press these and send them to U.S. servicemen. So the real thing on this that's really interesting is this great quality that they do. Y'all see that label?
That's nice and off-centered there.
It is completely off-centered. I can tell you that last track has never been played because there's no needle mark on that label. But anyway, so there you go, people. There's a South Korean elder.
Would you call that a counterfeit?
Yes, that is a very definition of a counterfeit right there.
Amen, right there.
No two ways about it. So then the other one, luckily we're recording this a week after we recorded our last one because I have to be out of town next week. I told you I was waiting on a delivery, of my Vegas insert. Yeah, you got yours too.
Yep.
So, I was pretty pleased when I got it. It was the can cozy was just crazy looking though, man. It's the weirdest looking thing. I mean, didn't you think it's kind of weird looking?
I mean,
it's got like grass all over it or something.
I haven't opened it yet.
You haven't opened it? You do that all the time, man.
I do it all the time.
But I thought it was supposed to be no, I'm messing with y'all. That's from a fantasy football league. that is actually AstroTurf on that. Anyway, so Jason and I both are going to open these. He'll pull his out and show you his. But, yeah, I'm concerned about these matches down the road. Somebody's going to counterfeit those. They should have put some color on them.
No, they'll never counterfeit them. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They'll be the rare Brazilian pressed matches from.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, so Henk, when you bought the new Kiss Rocks Vegas at some stores in the U.S., not all of them, you could get these value-added gifts with it, kind of like they do in Japan with their albums. And I had to buy mine or was lucky enough, one of the members of our page got a hold of me and offered to set me up with a set, which was really nice. I traded him some records for him. You want to show what you got there, Jason?
Oh, well, I just, here's the poster.
Yeah, there's the back side of the poster. Yeah, so it's a nice poster.
It's real high gloss. So,
yeah.
And I got mine from Spoonful Records in Ohio.
Before I could get there, mind you.
I actually got his last one, Brett that runs that store. I emailed him and asked if he had any left over. He said he had one set left, and he'd be happy to send them to me.
Yeah.
He watches the podcast, and he loves the shout outs and stuff. So,
Came with a pack of matches. I still don't understand that yet.
Neither.
Been to Vegas many times, never lit a cigarette or anything while I was out there, so I don't know. But anyway. All right, so that's what we got. Oh, you got a sticker on yours. I don't have a sticker on my cozy.
It says, can you read it?
Assembled in Mexico. All
That's right.
They assembled it there. All right. But that's all I've got today, and I'm
all
glad
I
I
got.
didn't have much more because I want to get Henk talking about Kiss 45's. Don't you got anything else, Jason?
I got nothing, sir.
All
I
right.
got nothing. So, Henk, tell us
Okay.
about Kiss 45's.
All right, thank you very much. I think I will start at Argentina. They have a very nice single released, only one with picture sleeves, and it's called Yo. Show it over here.
All right.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Well, there are a lot of fakes around, but this one is the original. Yeah, this is the back side. You can see it has some tape marks, but it's very rare, and I'm very pleased that I have found one. I bought it, I think, about a year ago on eBay, and it's also released without a picture sleeve, the 45 itself, the vinyl, also in promo version and in the regular version. But it's very rare. I'm very happy to find it. Another thing from Argentina is the different labels. As you can see over here, I think.
Yeah. That's very similar to the two Alives in Vivos.
That's right. I think this was the first one in Argentina to be released on the Micra label, I think it was. Also available in promo and in original stock release. What you can also you can recognize the promos by the words. I don't know if you can see it. Paradiffusion.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. That means for broadcasting. I've learned that from Pablo. You probably know him.
Oh,
My Spanish is, I think it's Spanish. I don't know, or Portuguese. I have no clue. But it's when it says P diffusion, it means for broadcast only. So that's the promo version.
Well, it's better than a rubber stamp any day.
Yeah, that's right. And in my first book, I don't recall all the promos because there are a lot of them with promo stamps. But when I make the new book, I will mention it because when it's printed, I think, well, then we can manage that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, Belgium also has some pretty nice things. I show you one. This one.
Yep.
You can see it. So the I Was Made for Loving You from Belgium. It has a USA single inside. The vinyl is from USA, but it has been imported in Belgium back in '79 by Ronex. It was, I believe, Ronex Records. They have imported it in Belgium and they made their own sleeves. So when it was released in the United States without a sleeve, as you know,
right.
And they made their own sleeve, so that's pretty nice. The back side is the same as the front side.
Hey, while you got it in your hand there, Henk, does it have a pressing plant number on the label or not? I'm just curious which one it is.
It has number 56 on the label. Yeah.
Yep.
I show it. Can you see it or not?
Yeah.
There it is. Yep.
56. But there are a lot of different ones, and I'm not sure if it was only released with 56. Perhaps there are more plant numbers. I really don't know that.
Yeah, could easily be.
Yeah, well, there are 5 singles released in Belgium. All are pretty rare. The most rare one from Belgium is not this one. Although it is pretty rare, the most ugly one is the rarest one.
That's the way it usually is.
Yeah, well, I show you how ugly it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm following along in the book.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's over there. It's pretty rare. I've got it from Arjen Alkemade. You know him. He found it for me, and he brought it at the record fair in Utrecht a couple of years ago, and well, it's pretty amazing.
Awesome.
Very happy to own it. Never seen it before and never seen it since.
Wow.
That's something else.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there are 5 singles released in Belgium, and I think the Tomorrow one is the rarest one. That's for sure. Bolivia also has some pretty strange things. I show you this one. It looks familiar. Just like the one from the Netherlands. Same sleeve, only the back side is different. This is the back side.
Okay.
That's
Something else.
yeah, something else. Not pretty, but it's pretty strange in there. And well, I've got several other ones, but if you have the book, you can also see that in the book. Those are very rare. I found is that you on the last record fair in Utrecht in April this year. It was probably cost me, I think, about 300 euros. So that's
Wow.
yeah, not that cheap, but pretty hard to find.
That's that gets unfortunate at times.
And let's just assume nobody has the book too. So show as much as you want. I'm just going to follow along because I do have the book. So.
All right. Okay. Well, another one from Bolivia. I haven't got them all because it's almost impossible. I know a couple of collectors who have them all from Bolivia, but I'm very happy with the ones I have. I think I have 4 at the moment. This is another one. Lick It Up. Well,
okay.
Pretty regular sleeve. Only the back side is interesting. Not that pretty, but not the same as all the other ones.
Okay. Those look to be in pretty good shape too, which I would find unusual coming from that area of the country, wouldn't or the
Yes.
world rather.
Yeah, that's the strange thing. Everything below the United States, Latin American stuff or South American stuff is mostly very damaged.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do with it, but they're damaged.
I think it's a combination now. I don't know about the 45's, but the LP's, it's a combination of not very sturdy materials.
Yeah.
And then, just some people don't value them. Never did.
I think so. I don't know, but some are nice. Not all are that damaged, but the most are. Yes, that's right.
Do you get nervous if you find one that's too nice? I do.
Yes, I recently got busted with the Mexican Rayo Vac that was also from Mexico.
I saw that, and that's the first time I've seen that as a counterfeit.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's not more than a color copy. That's all.
Oh, so it was pretty obvious to you when you got it then.
Yeah, it was kind of glossy.
Yeah.
But it was a color print. And a friend of mine is in that business, and he has. Well, he see it at first sight. He said, "Well, that is a color copy," and I was happy to have the original one, so I can compare it with the original one. And I directly saw it.
Proof positive that a master collector can even be fooled on eBay.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Absolutely,
it was pictured, but when it was pictured, it looks real, and even the price was real. So I've claimed it, of course.
Yeah.
We
seems to be an ongoing discussion at times with people that don't see this. I believe the term used today was a victimless crime.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's not.
It's infuriating.
It's something that I'm sure you've seen on the page sometimes. Jason and I go pretty hard about counterfeiters. We just we would really like to abolish all that, but very little we can do.
Yeah, I think that's the problem we have, and the best thing is to let them see how the original one looks and where to look for. That's the best way to solve it, and it keeps on continuing.
Well, I think the biggest issue is those people just don't care, and are never going to care. It doesn't matter how much sense we make and logic we and tell them how this is bad for the collector's market. They just don't care. And the buyers are the sellers, So anyway, it's very frustrating. And the thing that gets me is they say, anybody that the thing that makes me the most mad is when someone comes on and says, "You must be an idiot if you buy something that's counterfeit. You don't know what you're doing. You haven't asked enough questions." That's a foolish statement.
Yeah. And I've gone on record with it. And Henk, I think I've been on your page even and mentioned this, that I bought a San Remo 45 a few years ago, and it took me 2 years at least before I found out it was a counterfeit. I mean, it's just something that I don't normally have to compare anything to. Didn't have a clue until I started, reading, well, it's a real thin sleeve, and I'm going, oh crap, because mine's not thin. But I understand now there's even some counterfeits of the thin one.
Oh, right.
So, and that was a lot of money. It was well over $300 I spent on that.
Yeah.
So
well, and the thing,
the
thing is, the sleeve is counterfeited, but the vinyl is just like it was released.
Yes, it's a genuine vinyl. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. So they can counterfeit the sleeve. That's no problem.
Yeah.
I recently bought some counterfeits, but I know that they were counterfeits. I can show them.
Sure.
Yeah. That one.
I think that's the one I have. Was that the blue vinyl or what?
I'll have the gold one, the red one, and the yellow one, I think. I don't know. Yeah. But I bought them. But the sleeve is almost similar to the original one. Same paper quality, even the back side, when you see the inside of the sleeve.
Yeah.
It has been cut off a little, just like the original one. So it's, when you don't have an original one, it looks like one. But it's, I'm thankful that it's been released not on black vinyl, but only color vinyl.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to counterfeit something, don't make it exactly the same.
That's right.
Yeah,
make it different. But the sleeve is. That's the strange thing. When you got a damaged sleeve, you can.
Right.
You can replace it by this one.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Well, anyway.
Sorry.
I have the original, so it's almost the same. You can't. It's very hard to see which one is the original one and which one is the counterfeit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shall we go back to Bolivia? I have one more. That is a promo version without a picture sleeve. Also from Iowa's Made for Loving You. It's also been released as one with a picture sleeve, and this is the promo version. You can see, I don't know.
Yep.
That one is not that rare. I think this is the most easy one to get from Bolivia. Very nice, although, but not that rare. Brazil.
All right.
I have some pretty ones from Brazil. I think this one is probably the most thought of. Yeah, it's similar as the first Kiss record, the album, and that's from Brazil. It is a 4-track EP.
Mm-hmm.
You can see 4 numbers on it.
Nice logo there.
That is an awesome piece. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. And then there's another one. There's another thing. It has to be played at 33 rounds per minute.
No kidding.
Oh, I didn't know that.
33.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of it, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with the other one from Brazil, this one. Also on 33 rounds per minute. And
how many different labels came on those? Because I understand there's at least 2 on both, right? Or.
All right, well, this is one.
Okay.
Number 2.
Nice.
And number. Oh, wait a minute. Number 3, the film works.
All right. Which one is the toughest one to find?
I think the film works.
Okay.
I think that one is the most toughest one to find. And there even is a variation on the sleeve also.
Okay. All right.
I think there are 5 or 6 variations in total. So I have 4. I haven't got them all, but there are more than one.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, there is. I have one with stereo on the cover. You can see that.
Yeah.
There's also one without stereo. I haven't got that one, but it's existing.
Okay. And again, those are super condition.
Yeah, well, these ones are, the film works and the camel label has some writing on the label, but the sleeves are fine. Yeah, that's right. Then we have Denmark,
Right.
also pretty ones. But two released in Denmark. This one.
Very cool.
Yeah. Also on very thin paper. And this one is has got the Denmark vinyl inside.
Okay.
And the other one from Denmark, that's shouted out loud. That's even more rare. Very nice sleeve, I think. You can see it. That one has a British EP inside.
No, I didn't know that. Okay.
British vinyl. Yeah. This is. I will show it. It's from England, from the United Kingdom. So only one is officially full Danish, and the other one has a UK vinyl inside. But pretty too. That's strange. I think they have imported more from Sweden and from Norway. I know that the shandy is imported for sure in Denmark. It was the Norway shandy, because a Sweden shandy doesn't exist. It says so in my book, but it doesn't. It doesn't exist. It's only from Norway. So that was a fault in my book, but I will correct it in my updated.
Did you find out who gave you the bad information?
No, that was that long ago. I really don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't recall
Well,
that. No.
Since you're talking about that, let's talk about that for just a second, because you're working on your book and I'm working on my LP book.
Yeah.
You know, that is, I don't think people understand how hard that is to, you know, I would rather err on the side of not, like, there's a couple of variations that I don't know if they're going in my book yet or not, because I haven't laid my eyes on it, and I don't have people that I trust that have put their eyes on it. And man, I think one of the worst things we can do is perpetrate or, you know, move forward and miss. You know,
Right.
I mean, that's part of what we're trying to do is get rid of miss, but it happens. It happens.
Yeah. Well, it's a hell of a job, but you probably know that a lot of time goes in scanning and making photographs, cutting the photographs, and that's, I think, the most time.
Yeah, I'm about sick of looking at KISS records right now.
Yeah,
Really.
yes, I've heard that on your last podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's when it's finished, it's well, you have yeah. I think it will satisfy you. I'm very curious about your book too. Looking forward to it. Yeah. But
It'll get there eventually.
Yeah, well, I'm mostly into collecting 7-inches, but I do have some albums, of course. I think I have the whole collection from the United States and some other thing. But my 45, that's my main thing.
It's interesting you mentioned that. So why did you choose to collect mainly just 45s instead of going into albums too?
Yeah, well, I think it's because there are a lot of different sleeves. I think that is why I've chosen like them, because well, as you know, that records, there are several different sleeves, but most are the same. When you got to buy an album from the United States, it's the same cover from the Netherlands, United Kingdom. But when you buy a 45, and I think that's because in Europe a lot of sleeves are designed and released, and in the United States it was only with the Casablanca companies.
Right.
So I think more collectors from Europe are into 45s than in the United States, but I'm not sure. That's what I think, and they are very interesting. A lot of different sleeves, especially the early ones. When it's mid 80s, you see that a lot of sleeves are designed and released in different countries, but they have the same sleeve. So, but the early ones, well, every country made their own sleeves and released it.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's very interesting, I think, because, well, when you see this kind of sleeve, well, it's unique. You never see that, and you see this one. It's all are unique.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm into collecting them. I find them pretty.
Yeah,
And
that's
I think
very
it's-
interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It just seems like a massive task. I look at this book and I think, there's no way. I've been collecting Kiss my entire life. Well, I couldn't even imagine trying to get into this at this point.
Wait till you see the next one. Because I've seen. Well, I'm sure it's not the end, but I've seen what you had as far as the U.S. And that's another comment I was going to make. It's a good thing, and I see what you're doing right now too, Henk. You're trying to get these records that you found the variations of before everybody else realizes it. Because I've noticed the value of 45s have gone up.
Yeah.
Once your first book came out, because people are aware of it. Now, I don't know that, and I have no way of knowing numbers. I don't think there's a number of hardcore 45 collectors that there are of LPs. And I don't think there's as many LP hardcore collectors as we think there are. But there's enough. There's enough that when something pops up that everybody just came aware of, there's a frenzy going on to get it.
Right.
And you ain't seen nothing, Jason TC, because I thought about 2 years ago I had all the US 45s. And Henk will tell you this, I'm probably me and one other guy are about the only people on the face of the earth that can actually say that, but I don't. It turns out I don't.
Wow.
There are minute little differences. Jason, if people think that we're kind of weird with this stuff, they think I'm weird, Henk, because I get calipers out to measure, titles and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's what you have to do with 45.
I do the same thing.
See?
Yeah.
See?
You're not the only one.
Look
though.
at you dorks.
Exactly. Yeah. We're just rational, and we've got the same mind about trying to, sometimes it's easy. You can just go, well, it's got a plant 19 on it, and this has got a plant 56, but it doesn't always work out that way, and you have to have some way to distinguish them.
I get it.
And even the plant 19 from Iowa's Way has two different versions, the big font and the smaller font. So
see, got to have micrometer unless you got good eyes.
Yeah, well, this one is to be recognizable. It's very big font.
It is. But that doesn't do a guy any good if he's out looking at one at the show and it's by itself. Now, if he had his micrometers out and had your book and it says it's 19 millimeters, he can put that on there and he's good.
Okay.
Are you doing that in your new book? Hank, are you talking about size differences and stuff like that?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will mention as much as variations as I'm aware of, but I'm still gathering information. But I will mention it, and I will also show a blown off picture of it, so you can see where to look for.
I'm just getting in to describe his book, Tom. Come on,
oh man, shouldn't have. That's good, but yeah, he is. We may be on the opposite sides of the ocean, but we've got very similar thought process on this stuff.
That's right. Yes. I would show as much as possible, and I think when I count all the variations, I think about over 1,000 different ones. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Over 1,000. I think 1,100, 1,200 different ones, including variations and etc.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. A lot of things to mention in the new book, but I doubt if I will ever be complete because every time now and then a new one pops up. I wasn't aware of it, but it's existing. Yeah.
Right. All right.
Okay. Well,
let's move along.
Yes, move on to this one. It's almost the same as the Dutch version. But it has another label.
Camel label. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's strange because it's from the Elder. And I have to have a sneak peek in my book because.
And which country was that from?
Sneak peek in my book. Yeah. All right.
Ecuador, right?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay, well, Ecuador. I've got LPs. I've got Killers, and it's got a camel label on it. No, Dynasty label. I'm sorry. Yeah. Some of these South American countries have got just some crazy label variations.
I think they have loads of stuff left. I don't know, but it's interesting because But that's the only one with a picture sleeve from Ecuador. They have released more, but this is the only one with a picture sleeves, and that's kind of yeah. And then I have a one that's not in my book. I recently discovered that one. You can see it.
You tell them, oh, radioactive.
Yeah, but can you read it well?
Not especially.
Radioactive. I see Gene Simmons, Kiss, ASCAP.
Yeah, well, it's misspelled.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, we can't tell. Yeah.
Radioactivity. Yeah, perhaps it's. I don't know. It's Spanish for radioactive. I have no clue, because that is what they do. They translate it from English into Spanish or Portuguese. Can't see which language it is, but it's translated probably. But this one is not in my book. So I think I've discovered when I released my book about 3 years ago, I discovered about 15 that are not in it and will be in the new book. And those are not variations; those are ones that are being released. And yeah, so that's kind of interesting that there are some. And I'm very happy that I found it. This one, I think this one is on eBay right now, but I have got it. Interested? Take a look. All right. Well, then we go to the UK. UK has surprises with a lot of extra stuff besides the very nice solo 7 inches on colored vinyl with masks. They also released ones with poster bags, patches, stickers, video contest, even a picture disc is released in the United Kingdom. The only one officially released 7 inch on picture disc. It's this one.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and then we have another one, a tank shaped Lick It Up, but I haven't mentioned that in my book because I don't think it's a real 7 inch. And they have a pull out thumb.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, well, this one in the UK was released with the song Killer on the A side, and there is a similar one in the Netherlands, but it's called I Love It Loud at the A side.
So between you two, you don't think the tank shaped is a 7 inch, and I certainly wouldn't call it an album.
Yeah,
so
I mean, what size is it? I
mean, I got it here.
Well, the playing area I think it's 7 inch. That's for sure, but it's been extended with a tank shape.
Yeah, I would call it a 7 inch myself. I hear what you're saying, and I follow your logic on it. But if it's not a 12 inch single, it's got to be a 7 inch. You know,
or
there isn't anything. Well, I guess. Are there 10 inch Kiss singles?
Yes, there is one from the United Kingdom, I think.
Yeah, there is a picture disc. You're right. You're right. One, Hot in the Shade. Yeah.
Yeah, the Hot in the Shade. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see that. I mean, if the definition is going to be 7 inch singles, I mean,
it definitely when you look at it, it definitely has the 7 inch inside there. So
but it extends past.
So you're not going to include it in the book?
Yeah, I think so. I think I will do that because I've now mentioned it also in my book, but that's.
Well, I'm gonna say it's gonna be orphaned otherwise because it's not in the 12 inch book that the guys did. I'm not gonna have it in mine, so
that's why I asked. That's why I asked about it. You got to include it.
Right. Yeah, don't let it be the stepchild. In my book. No problem. Okay, well, then we got United Kingdom. Well, another one that's the poster bag. That one can be folded out like a poster. I will show it to you.
I like that. A guy that's not afraid to mess with his stuff. Some people won't, you know.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I hadn't seen it before.
That's
cool.
Awesome.
Back side, and well, this is the front.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't seen it open. I'll say that. So yeah, that's cool.
That's so cool, man.
Well,
we got nothing in the U.S. We got nothing here.
No, we got jacked around in the U.S. on that stuff. So.
Yeah, only a couple of pictures these, I think. Yeah, well, that's not much. No. And the patches.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also free. Yeah, this one is still sealed. Also very nice. Well, and UK has of course the solo ones with the masks, and on Color Vinyl also been re-released at the Casablanca box with a big center hall instead of the small center hall. And there even are variations on that one. I think there are 4 different versions only of the mask of Gene Simmons.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, well, only 4. Yeah, there are 4 different ones. The blood on his mouth has different colors. One is, I think, red. One is fully black, and there is something with a shade on his face. One is red. One is black. So there are 4 different types of.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So
but
like
only
print,
Gene
like-
Simmons. Yeah.
Yeah, like printing error or something going on.
I think so, or different printing plans. I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting.
There are different ones, and there are promo ones with a big silver A on it. Also exist, and even variations in center holes. That's also interesting because UK has small center holes, so-called spoke center holes. And even some have big center holes, but I doubt if they have originally been released with big center holes, because there are devices you can make from a small center hole. You can make a big center hole.
Right. That
I
makes
think
sense.
Crazy Night is released with a big center hole, but that's the only one from the UK. I think all other ones, I think, are homemade.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, especially for the die-hard collectors. I think they want every variation there is. Small center hole, big center hole, spoke center hole.
Sure.
Yeah. I know I do. So
How hard is it to snap those spoke center holes? I would think that would be awfully hard to snap those, because it wasn't at the point of that to snap it to make a big center hole.
yeah, that's right. That was the intention, but I have never tried it because.
Man, I would think that would not play worth a crap either. You know.
No.
Get something rare there and try it. Let's see how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, perhaps there's a volunteer. No, I won't do it. I won't do it.
No, definitely not. Don't.
France also has some interesting stuff. I think this is the most interesting one from France. Although it's very recent. It is Reason to Live, but it has only been in stores for about 14 days and then removed.
Yeah, well,
That's why
I remember reading something about that on your page. What was the reasoning behind that? I don't understand that.
Well, I think they have replaced it by the Reason to Live, the pink orange sleeve. I don't know if you can recall that one.
Okay.
That one has been released in the Netherlands and in some other countries. And I think because this is a one of a kind, they don't like it. I don't know. I don't know why, but they replaced it by the regular version.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no clue why. But it's been in stores for about 14 days, and that one is pretty hard to get.
You know what that sounds like, Jason? Henk, are you familiar with the Australian double platinum album?
Yeah, the white one?
Yeah, the white one. Maybe it was that kind of a deal. Maybe they pressed those other sleeves and they weren't supposed to. And somebody got fired and they yanked them. You know,
that's
it may be
that.
Did you see there was just one up on eBay? I was watching it, and then it ended. I don't recall if it sold or not, but if it did, it was over 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, the white double platinum. Yeah.
Oh, the double platinum. Oh, I thought you were talking about that. No.
I've never seen that before.
No, I don't. That was that set price on that. I don't know that they got that. They may or may not.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. But it ended before it was supposed to end.
Oh.
That's why, and I think it had a best offer on it.
Yeah, somebody probably pulled it. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's the case. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. But that's the same situation as the other very rare one. That's even more rare. That's the Nowhere to Run from the Netherlands. It's also been removed from stores and replaced by the blue splash sleeve.
Okay.
And the first edition, I recall it that I was, well, when there was a new single released, I always was in front of the store waiting for the doors to open to get it.
Right.
And I probably was the first one to buy it for, I think, $2 or $3 that in that time. And well, I wish I bought more than one, but
Don't we all?
yeah, well, I have not that much money. I think I've got $5 per week from my parents, and that was it. So one single, and it was my wallet was empty. But I bought one and kept it. I've got several offers in the last years to sell it. In the beginning, I wasn't even aware of that it was rare.
Right.
Yeah, well, I know I was searching for the New York Groove from Sweden, the black-white sleeve. Well, it was high on my wanted list, and I wasn't aware of the rarity of the Noads run from the Netherlands. But I got an offer to trade it against a New York Groove. Well, in my opinion, I never trade something when I haven't got it double.
Right.
So I didn't trade it, and I'm very happy I haven't done that because I've never seen the Noads run again in my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even
I'm same way. I mean, well, I will trade some stuff, but I've got to know I'm going to be able to replace it. You know, like I will trade records to somebody overseas that it's difficult for them to get it. Maybe somewhat difficult for me to get, but I know I'll get it. But yeah, if it's something that you haven't ever seen, there's no way I'd let loose of it.
Right.
Well, I've done it once before. I've got the Belgian version of the I Was Made, the Golden Oldies version.
Uh-huh.
I know there was a Kiss Day in Zevenaar. It's a town in the Netherlands. They had a Kiss Day back in, I think, 83, 84 or something like that. I've ordered that single in the week before the Kiss Day. So I brought it at the Kiss Day, and I could sell it with a little profit. I think about $2 or $3. That's all. But in those days, that was a lot of money. So I think, well, I sell it, and I order a new one. Couldn't order it again. That was probably the last one. So I have searched for it 10, 15 years to find it again.
Yeah.
And I finally did. I'm very happy I did. But that's why I never trade stuff I haven't got double.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
No, we'll not do that. No. No. Okay, well, then we got some stuff from Germany. Also very interesting because when you see the logo,
Yes.
it was at the time Amy released the Kiss singles. There are 3 different ones.
Awesome.
Also with, well, the German logo, I call it. Although there is another German logo, this is the first German logo.
Yes.
The Amy logo. It has round S's. Very rare stuff, especially the Detroit Rock City. It's hard to get.
I love those pictures on there. They're just they're so old, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they I think these are from the first album.
Yes.
Yeah. Very old pictures.
So awesome.
Yeah. Well, Germany has a lot of very nice picture sleeves. Also released with several different labels. The Camel label, the Filmworks label. So not only one, but in most cases you have 2 different ones. So I think I have about 70 German singles. Yeah.
Wow. Something else.
Yeah. And then this one.
Got test press.
Yeah, Musterplatte. It's probably German for monster pressing. I don't know. A test pressing, is it? And that one, they came without a picture sleeve, of course. And there is a number on it. Number. Yeah. See it?
97669.
Yeah. Well, that's the same number as the later official release.
Very cool.
Very rare. Yeah. I found it on Discogs, I think, a couple of years ago for, well, I don't know that, but very cheap. I think $25 or so.
Wow.
Took a gamble on it.
Yeah, well, those go for 200 nowadays.
I would say.
End up, yeah, if you can find them. So pretty rare stuff. And then Hong Kong also released several 7 inches. I have two, searching for the other one. I recently saw that one on the Utrecht Record Fair. They had that fair 2 times a year, and I saw that one. It was Christine 16 from Hong Kong. Never saw that before. But guess what the seller was asking for it?
$1,200.
No, not 800.
Well, it's not that much difference.
Oh well, they don't have a picture sleeve. It's no more than this. It's just without a picture sleeve. This one is the Rocket Ride, also pretty rare. And it seems that the Christine 16 is even rarer or not, I don't know, but I'm not going to pay 800.
Right.
No kidding, right? Yeah.
No. I think 150 is the max. For me, it is. For me, it is. But it's nice to own, and it's the last one from Hong Kong I'm missing, Christine 16. So, but 800 is too much for me.
Yeah, I understand that.
But what prices are you willing to pay for stuff?
It depends. It depends. Like there's some stuff that I'm not going to get because of the price, you know. There's a Japanese LP, The Best of Kiss. Yeah. If it comes up on eBay, I'm just going to sit there and look at it because I'm not paying $1,000 for it. It's not worth it to me. Now we've seen that white double platinum from Australia. We've seen the price skyrocket on it, and I feel very fortunate when I got my copy. And let me tell you, I swallowed hard when I did this, but I gave like just at $600 US for that record. Okay, and the only reason why I got it that low was because, of course, you're bidding against a lot of people from Australia in addition to around the world, and the Australian dollar had fallen just tremendously. And so I grabbed it. There was another copy that was up for auction that was ending the next day. Okay. And I think they got that for like $50 less than mine. And then a funny thing happened. We had John Humphrey from Seether on this podcast, and we were talking about his records, our records in general, and we got talking about that white double platinum, and he said that he had been offered $1,000 for his copy from a guy in France. So the next copy of that came up on eBay, and I think it was the last one until this one, wasn't it, Jason? It just doesn't come up that often.
It just doesn't. No.
It went over $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so my big gamble, it paid off. But like, I'm not saying it isn't worth that, but I only have a certain amount that I'm going to be willing to pay for something. Here's a question, Henk. Hang on a second. Let me unplug this and come back. So I've made it clear that this thing's not going to go anywhere until I die, Okay. But what do you think that thing is going to bring?
Well, I think it's going to be $2,500–3,000.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. The other copy that's owned right now, the one that I know for a fact is owned.
Yeah, well,
that's got the paint pen on it.
Yeah.
The owner of that turned down $3,500 for that record.
Oh, shit. Well.
He turned down $3,500 for that record.
It wasn't me offering it.
No, well, I know the guy that offered because I was the one that sent him the offer from this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm actually the one that brokered the sale to the current owner. I'm not going to mention what it brought, but it wasn't 35, but it was not what you're thinking. I don't know. We'll see. I won't see. I'll be dead. But I would be willing to bet that if that thing came up for sale, gets properly advertised, it's going to go over 5,000 or 6,000. I'm convinced of it.
Because
you're not going to get another one. You're not going to get another one. There's only two.
I
And
think,
so-
but there are 125
Well,
releases, weren't there?
let me take it back. There's at least three, or at least there were, and I know there's more than that. But where are they? Where
Yeah.
the heck are they? For the people who didn't know what I just held up, or I think you probably did. It's a stock copy of "Let Me Go Rock and Roll Hotter Than Hell" U.S. copy, and we just don't know where they're at. I've held both of them in my hand that exist, which is the goofy thing.
Have you made a
Held them both
photo
in
of
my
it?
hand. I know both guys
Yeah.
that bought them in the early 90s, and they got them about 6 months apart. They both, one of the guys, the guy that I bought mine from, Gary Kahn, he used to be he had Kissaholics, which was a fanzine. He got his in a big lot, okay? And so, yeah, he couldn't really ever even say what he paid for it. He just bought a lot of stuff from California. And the other one came from California. And again, this guy and I won't disclose his name. He can disclose it himself if he ever wants to. But he was a friend of mine here in my hometown. And I remember when he got it. And, it was like, well, okay, I need to find one of those. It never shows up.
No, I haven't seen it. Well, what I have seen is the Filmworks reissue of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare, but not even that rare compared to the other one, to the original.
Yeah. So it's.
But there are 125 made, aren't there? That's what
I don't
I've
know
heard.
that. I don't know that. I mean, the Julian Gill showed at one time frame where there was a certain number.
Yeah.
But that doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
If it is 125, why? I mean, why did they? I assume that when they pressed the promo copies, they did it to try to get some airplay for the album, and they just really didn't even care about the sales of the 45. I mean, I got the opportunity to talk to Billy Coyne one time before he died, and obviously before he died, or
After he died, I went down in his grave and said, Bill.
You know what I mean? I mean, we sat down, and he had no idea as to why there were no copies out there. He said, I'm sure we would have pressed them, and he said that it wasn't because of the new distribution deal where they were distributing it themselves. Casablanca. He said, Bogart knew everybody in the industry. That's what he did before he started his record company, was selling and distributing, and so they don't have an answer to it, man. I don't know. It bothers me in a way. I don't know.
No, I don't have an answer to that one too. I don't know. No. Do you, Jason?
No, no idea. And the 125 doesn't make any sense to me at all from a pressing standpoint.
I mean, why would you bother?
Why would you bother is exactly right. I mean, it just makes no sense.
No, the promo version is pretty easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
But, stock copy is impossible. It's a unicorn.
Yeah. But luckily, there is a blue label copy from the United States.
It's a Blanca box, yes, I know.
I'll take credit for that. I made sure they did that. And you know what? I was surprised people didn't care about that. That really kind of surprised me, But anyway, that's all right.
Well, it can be recognized because there's 2012 mentioned on it, and it's another song.
Right.
Yes.
But it's nice to one. That's right.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a second box? Do you know that?
I've not heard anything.
I doubt it.
It's hard. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing in the pipeline that I'm involved with.
No. Okay.
Nothing. So, you never can tell when that kind of stuff changes or whatever. And that's just like with the new album that came out. It's weird the way the record company's set up. So they put out, I hear, here comes the Kiss in Vegas. And so I get a hold of my guys because I get promo copies of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't do it.
Oh.
He said it's not us. He said it's what's that company's name?
It's Eagle Vision is the label that does it. Universal does distribute it, and they do have promos.
Yes,
Universal.
I know. But my guy doesn't. The art department had nothing to do with it, and that's who I deal with.
Right, and I, in the distribution business, I have a different guy that I deal with, and he was able to set me up with some promos of the Blu-ray and the CD, but not the vinyl. So that's frustrating.
But yeah, who knows? Maybe they will. I'm sure you've heard me mention that. I don't mean to be segueing off because we were in the middle of looking at your records, but there was going to be. But you reminded me when you pulled out the German stuff. There was going to be a record store day release of the 4 singles from Destroyer. All right, and this actually predated the singles box because we were working on the singles box. They hadn't announced it or anything, but already had all of the sleeves picked out. They were working on cleaning them up, and they asked me if I could arrange to find 4 more sleeves for the singles off that album. Now, the only other option was that German. I mean, there's very few Detroit Rock City Beth. How many do you know of? I mean, there's only like 2 or 3, I think.
Yes, I think that's it.
Yeah. So not many choices on that, but there were other choices on the other 3. I got those, got them sent in. They were working on them. This thing's going to be released in a little case, and they killed it like 3 days before it was supposed to go to press, and that was the end of it. So you never can tell when something will pop up or when something's going to disappear. I mean, I would think that if they, at some point in time, they'll do something for Record Store Day with Kiss. They just need somebody that's presenting the argument that this one's going to make more money for you than this one, because it's a given they're going to sell out. They may have to pay too much royalty. I don't know. That may be killing the whole deal right there.
Who knows?
If they do, well, I hope it's going to be a nice thing.
Well, we're an official Record Store Day distributor, so you can bet, Tom, that if they do come out with anything on Black Friday or regular Record Store Day, I'm going to bogart several copies of that thing. But anyway.
Well, tell Henk the story about hearing the test presses.
Oh yeah. So I work. I'm sure if you've watched our podcast, you know that I work for a vinyl distributor, which is a division of United Record Pressing, which is the oldest and largest pressing plant in the country. We pressed the Casablanca singles box set. I was up there interviewing someone, or I was interviewing people for a new position with our division of the company, and I was just sitting there, and it was in the same room that a guy was listening to test pressings on, because we have little rooms all over the place, the pressing plant, where they just sit down and listen to the test pressings and make sure they're okay. And he's sitting over there with headphones on, and he's got a stack of singles, and he's playing all these singles, and all of a sudden I could hear, not through his headphones, but from the needle on the record. Yeah, I could hear the faint sounds. I was close enough to him where I could hear the faint sounds of. It was an unmasked single. What was it? I can't remember now. I think it was "She's So European." She's So European. Yeah. And I could hear it, and I was like, "What in the world?" And so I went up and I tapped that guy on the shoulder, and I said, "What are you listening to?" And I looked down, and it's a whole stack of test pressings of the singles from the Casablanca singles box set. And he said, "Oh, it's this new Kiss thing." Obviously didn't care. He was sitting there reading something while he was listening to it. And I was like, and I didn't know anything about the box set coming. And I was like, there's a Kiss singles box set? Yeah, apparently. I guess there's a Kiss singles box set coming out. Yeah. And so he's sitting over there listening to She's So European. And man, I was just freaking out. I made a little video, you could hear it a little bit in the background. So yeah, that's how I found out about the Casablanca singles box set.
Okay.
And we can't get any of that stuff. I wish that
I was going to say that's the thing. When you first mentioned that over at Kiss Back and I saw that, the first thing going through my mind was, damn it, they told me I couldn't have those. Where are those test pressings going? They're the property of the label. They go to the label. No one in pressing is allowed to keep it. They don't stay in the pressing plant. Well, apparently the contributors don't get them either, because I sure asked.
Yeah, I've got a set of test pressings from the first Skid Row album, all the Skid Row singles. Why didn't I show that to Sebastian? I don't know what I'm thinking. They were given to me by Michael Wagner, the man who recorded and mixed the album. I'm good friends with him. He lives in Nashville. I've been to his studio and his house a dozen times, but he gave them to me years ago. He's like, I don't want these, and test pressings with the handwriting on them and everything. So, but yeah, I asked, can I get those Kiss, a set of those Kiss single test pressings? And they were like, nope, that's property of the label. They go to the label. So,
do they destroy them, or what do they do with them?
Don't know.
Well, obviously they get out in circulation. They probably just go to the hands.
Haven't seen them.
No, I'm not talking about Casablanca single. I'm just saying, obviously, test pressings get out.
Some do, yeah. Some do.
Who knows?
Some do. A lot of times they probably didn't care, but yeah, you would have thought that set would have. Some of them would have snuck out by now. Yeah. I don't know.
And who knows? I don't know if I'm sure there was only one pressing of that, so there probably wasn't multiple test pressings done of that. There might have only been one set.
Yeah.
So, who knows? So anyway, Hank, back
what
to
did
your
we
singles.
distract you from? Yes, back to what you were
Okay,
talking
well, where were we? I think Ireland.
Yeah.
Also pretty rare. You never see those on the internet. I've got this one. I don't know if you can see it.
2000 man.
Yeah, that's right. And it says pressed in Ireland over there. You can see it. No. Or is this side?
Yeah, that's the side. Made in Ireland.
Yeah, that's the side. Well, it said made in Ireland. Those are almost as similar ones as the ones from the United Kingdom. Only it says made in Ireland. That's it. But it's pretty rare. They don't exist. I don't know how many there are pressed, but not that much, I suppose, because you can't.
I know they only did one LP. I mean, Unmasked was the only LP they did.
Yeah, only one LP from Ireland?
Yeah.
Okay. I think there are 5 7-inches from Ireland, and I doubt about the I Was Made. I'm not 100% sure if it was ever released. I haven't seen a picture of it. I've spoken to Alexander Zielman, also a very huge 7-inch collector. He haven't seen it before, so I doubt if it exists. I have mentioned it in my book, but I have to do some investigation for my updated book, if it does or not.
Right.
But then 4 exist. Well, then you got Italy, also some very nice sleeves, and this is the original one.
Nice.
This is the original one, and I show you the. See it?
Yeah. Not quite as deep, but
not quite as dark.
Yeah. No. Well, that's the copy one, but it's done pretty good. Even the back side. I was talking about that before. You see where the single goes in?
Yes.
Here? It's the same.
Huh.
It's the same. So even they glued them at the same way, at the back sleeve. I don't think you can see that.
I can see the lip right there. It's a fold over.
The lip. Well, it's even glued the same way. Everything is the same. This one is very hard to distinguish from the original one. Only the vinyl is different, but the sleeve is exactly the same. Even the glossy, it doesn't have that gloss. Everything is the same. So that one is very hard to distinguish. And then,
now, does that single exist with? And I apologize if you're getting ready to show it even. With the big hole in it the sleeve.
Yeah. I haven't have that one, but it exists. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, that's just almost heartbreaking to me. What was the purpose of that?
Those were the so-called promo sleeves, and it wasn't even mentioned to use for the same vinyl. It was also used for other vinyls, because I have several Italian ones with strange sleeves around it.
Really?
A Kiss single inside, but a sleeve from Boney M or something like that.
Yeah.
So I suppose they've used that sleeve for some other vinyls. It doesn't necessarily belong to the vinyl of Kiss.
Okay.
Why they did it, I don't know.
I don't know.
Interesting.
No. Well, I think
there you go.
I did one.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know where I put mine.
Yeah.
Or do a. God, that thing
Something.
makes me want to vomit now. Yeah, I don't even know where I've got mine.
Sorry to
Okay,
laugh
well,
at you,
Damn
Tom.
thing. I probably threw it out in the yard to the dogs.
That's what
yeah, well, you can see it's very thin paper.
Yeah.
You can bend it like this. It's
I
very
got to
thin
find
paper.
mine now. Y'all keep
Yeah.
talking. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah.
I'll remove it from the protective sleeve to show you the back side of it. Perhaps we can compare it with the one from Tom.
Yeah, hopefully he finds it.
Yeah, hopefully he finds it. Also glued with a lip. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, a small lip, and it's very thin.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit glossy, but not thick carton board sleeve on that one.
Not thick like this is what you're saying.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That son of a bitch. I'll tell you what. I
how's
get
the-
sick.
Yeah, how is the lip on the back side? Oh, it's well,
there.
That's the same. That's the same.
Of course, it's the same.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta rip me off. Do you know when I started reading on your page?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it takes a lot really to like stun me, but it stunned me because I'm going, this can't be. And then as I got to looking, so like, you know, I've had this thing and, you know, it's not perfect. I mean, you can see like the folds in it and all that.
Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah,
a little
buddy.
stain. Does it have staining too on it?
Well, it's got some
Well,
ring
mine has.
wear. You see the ring wear? It's got, that's all on the paper, man. That is
Photocopied
not,
the damn.
it is, yes, as I got to looking, I'm going, shh, you know, what are you going to do? What an idiot. What an idiot.
Wow.
And, you know, had I, and see, this is where, again, going to go off editorialize on this. If Henk and I live in the same town and Henk's got that copy and I go, hey, man, I'm all happy. I got mine.
Yeah.
And then we look at it and we go side by side. Hey, Tom, you got ripped off. All right. I get my money back then. Okay. And I
Right.
report this guy because he sold it as the original thing. But when you find this out later on, because you don't have this to look at side by side, that's where this stuff gets so bad.
Yeah.
And like King said, you know, the vinyl's legit. I mean, it's legit Italian. I have no idea what it's worth, but
no, the vinyl itself is not worth that much because
of course not.
no, the other sleeve is well, I think there are thousands made of, but this one is pretty rare. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
So the vinyl and the two are identical. The only thing
Yeah.
it's legit vinyl. It's legit
Yeah.
vinyl. You know?
I think it has got the small stamp on it.
I'm pretty sure mine
All
does.
Italian ones
Yes.
have
Yes.
yeah, a
Yeah.
small
Was it a
stamp.
tax stamp?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Same stamp over here.
Yeah.
So that's legit, but the sleeve, I know. Yeah.
Sorry, Tom.
I'm gonna go wipe my butt with that here. In a
Wouldn't you
little
like to punch that guy in the throat?
Nah, I'm not really that way, but I would. Yeah, I don't. I'm pretty passionate about that stuff anymore. You know.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right. What else you got from Italy?
Let's
That's the only counterfeit I got. So you know that I've been ripped off on anyway.
Yeah, well, I think from Italy there are a lot of releases, but not that much counterfeits. Yes, well, the first one, then the Rock and Roll All Night, that's counterfeited on colored vinyl. But I think that's and oh yeah, well, there are the solo 7 inches. Those one are counterfeited too, but they are on colored vinyl.
Yeah.
You can recognize that ones, and they have fold-over sleeves, not glued sleeves, but fold-over sleeves like the Japanese ones.
See, I'd buy that colored vinyl. I'd buy that counterfeit.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, well, I have them also, but I don't pay that much for them. I think
Exactly.
a counterfeit. No, I pay $25 for it max for a counterfeit.
That's exactly what I say.
Yeah,
Counterfeits
no
are
more.
$25.
Yeah, that's it. No more. And they have to be very nice. There are some very nice ones. I will show you a couple of from Sweden. I will get them. One moment.
Okay. All right. I love like-minded individuals.
Still got them packed in plastic. Those are in the same line of the original New York Groove from Sweden, and pretty nice. Although they are counterfeit.
Oh yes, I've seen those.
You've seen those, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one from Gene, Paul, and Peter.
Mhm.
All in the same line as the original New York Groove from Sweden. And well, the strange thing is, only New York Groove was released in Sweden, and the others aren't. And I think that's the only country where they did that. In every other country I know of, all four are released. Even the fifth one in the USA was released.
See,
Yeah.
you know that's creative counterfeiting there. You know, filling a
Yeah.
hole that didn't
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yes.
It's
I
like
think-
the Universal presents "Give Me Kiss" on
Yes.
vinyl. You know,
Yeah.
I'm all for that. You know?
Yeah,
so
that's
anyway,
no problem. That's you call it a counterfeit?
Oh, we do.
Because-
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the original one isn't existing.
Yeah. But even
line.
that though, it can still be, in our opinion, it's still a counterfeit because it's made to look like it's official.
right, and it has officially released music on it.
Yeah, that's right. It's not
It's
live.
not some live bootleg or something
Right.
like that.
Right. Or demos or whatever.
Or demos or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I would
okay,
call
so-
that, because those people that made those could, and I don't know if they tried to sell them like this, but they could have easily said, "This is the Sweden 4 solo album singles officially released," and they would have fooled hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah,
I'm not an expert on this, but people tell me that that's the line they use, whenever somebody's going to do that.
another one's
I'm not
false.
an expert on these. Look for yourself.
Right. So anyway, I would call it. Yeah, we would call that a counterfeit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, and I've got some nice stuff from Japan.
All right.
The first one, Rock and Roll All Night from Japan, and there are several variations. This one is the first release without the USA titles underneath it. I don't have the other one, but this one is without the USA, without the English titles on the label. And that was the first release. Second release was with silver letters underneath, and the third release was with white text. And the strange thing occurs that the promo version on white label, as you know, Japan released the promo versions on white labels. The promo version has the same sleeve as the third release.
Really?
That's
That
strange.
is weird.
Yeah, because
That doesn't
in my-
make any sense.
No, in my opinion, the promo is prior to the first release or at the same time.
Huh.
I have no clue. I've posted it on my Kids 45 only Facebook site to get some response, but even Alain has responded to it, but he also finds it strange.
Yeah, that is really
Weird.
weird.
I know.
So do you have the fourth release of that one also?
Yes, I've got that one also. Yeah. That
I'm
one is.
surprised you didn't bring that out to show it. That's rare.
Oh, one moment, I will do that.
All right. All right.
Got it behind me.
Do you know what this thing's going to look like, Jason?
That's this one.
That's it.
Oh yeah. You want to tell the story about that, Tom?
I don't have that one. I gotta tell the
What
other.
was- It's the other one. Okay.
It's the
No.
The other one.
No,
that's
no.
The other one.
About for the box set. Yeah.
Yeah, the box set story is
Yeah,
what I was talking about.
Yeah. Well, this is the one with the Filmworks, and it was the reissued
Mhm.
on Filmworks, and it was sold for 600 yen, and that's probably the reason why they put a red spot on the lower right corner to cover up the original price.
Right.
Well, it's now 600 instead of 500, what it usually was.
Any idea what number were pressed to those? Because they're awfully hard to find.
I have no idea. No,
Yeah.
I don't know that. And no, not much. I'm aware of that.
I can't remember if it was that one or the other one that was released like that. And what is that? Come On and Love Me. Yes, that one.
It was a regular.
Even Alexander was still looking for one of those and just got it not too long ago.
Yeah, that's right. And I know Arjan also looks for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't found it yet. So there are not much released of that one. I think
I got that one coming in the mail.
Okay. That is that's a real release, I think. Yeah, with the Yen 600 on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got it on the mail now.
Yeah, it's on its way. It's on its way.
That's a good score because you can't find it anywhere. Where did you find that?
Well, let me tell you a story on this because I'm curious if you're the same way as we are on this. Jason and I were talking about this earlier. You know, one of the problems I have is people are asking me all the time, Tom, I'll need to put this on the page. How much should I ask for it? Okay. And so it puts me in a really awkward position. All right. Number one, I generally just ask people to go ahead and look it up on eBay under completed auctions, because, that's where you're going to find common stuff, and find what the market's giving for it. But the other problem with it is, I didn't run into it with this record, but I have on other records. Guys ask me, well, what's it worth? And I tell them, and then they ask me, do I want to buy it? And I tell them I can't, because the problem is I'm too public of a figure with this.
Yeah.
He's on my side.
Want to show video, accept. All right, I got Henk back. Can you see Henk yet?
I can see him. Yeah.
Right,
Very sorry,
so
Henk. I have terrible internet. So
that's what Henk said. You got terrible internet. All right, I'm going to turn this recording back on. Let's see what we get going here. 1, 2, there's all three of us. No, it hung the whole thing up.
Okay.
Okay, can't remember where I was.
You were telling the story about.
Oh, about the about buying that single. Okay,
yeah.
So I'm almost positive it was on the Kiss My Wax page. I don't think it was on your page, Henk. But this guy comes on and puts a posting up and says, "Hey, I just found these Kiss singles. Have I got anything?" And I look at them, and one of them is that Japanese. Now, the other stuff is just common stuff. And so I contacted the guy. I said, you need to be really careful here. I said, that is a very rare single, that Japanese one is. I said, the rest are pretty common. And I said, just be very careful because, I protect people on our page this way because, unfortunately, there are some unsavory people out there. But anyway, he said, well, what do you think it's worth? And you're going to laugh when I tell you this because I was way off base. I said, man, I swear I think that's like a $600 record, but let me do some checking for you and I'll find out. And so I went on Popsic to look it up. You ever use Popsic?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good site. And, because it shows, for those that don't know, it shows past auction results for different places, but it's almost always eBay. And it shows it for years back. So I was able to look that up. And the highest one that sold there, now I don't know whatever happened in a private setting. So that's who knows. But on there were like 4 different ones that had sold over the last 4 or 5 years. And the highest one was 300. But then the other ones were right between 200 and 250. And so I told the guy, I said, hey, I kind of overstated it for you, but here's the range, that it looks like it ought to be falling under. And so I did tell him, I said, if you're interested in selling it, I would be willing to give $250 for it. And so he came back to me later and said that, well, somebody has offered me $265. Do you want to, try to go over that? I said, no. I said, I don't like to get into bidding situations. I said, just let the other guy have it. And so I stepped away from it. And this is about 4 or 5 months ago. Well, the guy got back in touch with me the other day because whoever offered to buy it never paid for it, never bought it. And so, I ended up giving him that for it. But, how do you feel about that? I'm in a way, I mean, it's kind of a burden to to try to give people good estimates of values on stuff, because it basically takes me out of the market, for buying them.
I recognize that. Yes. The same thing over here. They also ask me what it's worth. I give them a price, and well, I'm willing to buy it for that price, but I don't know what happens. Sometimes I got stuck in a bidding war, like you said, and well, I'm not into that either.
There you go.
I'm willing to give the price it's worth, and if somebody offers $10 more, I think, well, go ahead.
Yeah,
I would like to buy it, but
yeah, that's me too. And we recently just enacted a rule on our page. You have to put a price that you want for your records on there, and that kind of fed into that. I personally, and it's not just me, it's other people have had it too. Had just a similar thing happen. Well, you're asking what I'll pay you. Here's what I'll pay you, and then they start taking bids, and I don't have time for that. I mean, it's and in all fairness, because I'm not sure the other people wouldn't know this, but that's the way I do in my professional life. I manage complex commercial facilities, and I'll just leave it at that. And I deal with a lot of contractors, and I don't ever go back and ask somebody to cut their price. No. You better give me your right price to begin with, because I'm not coming back to you. And I don't want you coming back to me, don't have time for all that. So
same strategy over here. I always ask for the best price, lowest price, and it's either yes or no.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to get into auctioning, that's what eBay's for. Put your crap up on eBay. Tell people about it and let them bid.
Yeah. Yeah, let them bid, but be sportive and start with 1 cent.
Right.
Yeah. But the main reason why I'm going to end up regretting buying that single is because I don't have a bunch of Japanese singles. And man, when you knock a tough one out like that,
here it goes.
Well, might as well go get them.
You get them when you can get them. Yeah, that's right. And start with the most difficult ones, because the easy ones you can always buy them.
So, yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's
when
right.
you get the opportunity, buy it. Yeah. When the price is right, of course. When they're asking 600 is too much, but I think 250 is a very good price.
Yeah.
That's right.
What else you got back there, man, on those shelves?
Yeah, well, all right. This one is the Japanese Peter Chris.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's even cooler, because when you see the label.
Test
nice
press.
one.
Yeah, no, it's the V2. It's the promo version.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the test pressing, because it also has a white label, but it's the V2. It has been released in Japan. It's also in the Book of Alain, with a sort of fold-over paper, sort of map, promo map or something like that. I don't know how they call it, but both V1 and V2 are inside it, and they are made in very small quantities for the Japanese radio stations, I suppose. But the V1 and V2 are more rare than the promos or the stock copies. But hard to get. I only have the V2, still searching for the V1. So if somebody wants to sell it, go ahead. And another nice thing is this one from Japan. That is the I Love It Loud one. I have the promo copy, white label.
Nice.
Very cool.
And it recently, I don't know what happened, but it can't be found recently anymore. And when it is auctioned on eBay, it easily goes up to $75 or $100 for this one. Yeah, I don't know what happened, because a few years ago it went for $20 or something like that. So
dang.
Yeah,
big increase.
Yeah, big increase for that one. Not for all Japanese ones, but for this one it is. Yeah. Well, another very nice thing from Japan is this one, the IPS 13. Well, that is a sort of it isn't an acetate, because it isn't as heavy as an acetate. It's a normal vinyl, but it has a flip side. One side is Kiss, and the other side is another artist. It has a very simple sleeve, and I think this one will go up to $200 or something like that. It's very hard to find. Yeah, I found my copy a couple of years ago, and not easy. Not nice, but not easy. No, in most cases, yeah. Then some acetates from Japan.
Wow.
Japanese sign. I have no clue what it says, but those are heavyweight. You can feel it when you hold it in your hands. Those are, I think, twice as heavy as the normal vinyl ones.
Wow.
And well, you never see those ones on the internet.
Right.
I don't know when they do. They go up to $200 or something like that. Very, very expensive, but nice to have. And I haven't mentioned them in my book, but I think there are about 20 or 25 different versions of acetates from Japan.
Really? Cool.
I only have 2 because you can't find them, but there are more.
Very cool.
Well, then you have Malaysia. Are there any records from Malaysia? You know that?
Not that I'm aware of. No LPs that I'm aware of. Now there could be. I just don't know about them.
Okay. Well, there are 3 7-inches from Malaysia. That's this one. I was made for loving you. On black label. Sure. Okay. Well, this one is released on black label, but also on green label. Why? I don't know. I think they ran out of the first one and made the second one. I don't know, but it's not legit. It's not on the Casablanca label. It's pressed just like the Turkish on Max label. Not official, but it was officially sold and released in that country. So,
sure.
What can you say about that? I don't know.
Well,
I think
on our page we would call them a counterfeit, but again, that doesn't impact the value or the collectability of them. You know, it's just the way it was in that country. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just like in Turkey and Malaysia has some, and Thailand also has some.
Russia.
Yeah, Russia. Yeah, the flexi discs, but I don't think those are from Russia.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, do you have some of those flexi discs?
Yeah, about 40 different ones, but I think there are 80 or 100 different ones.
Yeah.
I stopped collecting them because I think they're not legit.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't get excited about them anyway. They remind me of the cereal boxes we had here when I was a kid, and you could cut a flexi disc off the back of the cereal box to play it. And even as a kid, I'm going, well, this sounds like crap, you know?
The quality is bad. Yeah, that's right.
Fidelity. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
Well, there is one I think is from Russia. That's Into the Night from the Ace Frehley solo record. That one is kind of original because it was released in together with a magazine.
Okay.
I think I haven't got them over here. Yeah, one moment. This one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
That is the magazine with Into the Night flexi inside it from Ace Frehley. So
cool.
Yeah, that's nice. So that's, I think, well, official, but that's the only official release. The other ones, I think those all are counterfeits. Well, then we got another interesting one from Malaysia. I show it over here.
Legend of Night.
Yeah, can you legend? It's
L-E-G-N-E-D.
Oh, okay.
Legnet. I'm a legnet.
Yeah, well, strange thing. It's spelled wrong, but it's nice to have. And also from Malaysia. Yeah. Without a sleeve, of course. All 3 I know of are released without a sleeve, but interesting. Yeah. A couple of them went on eBay almost within a month of 2 or 3, in a time period of 2 or 3 months. They are being sold. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, and since I've never seen them again.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I don't know the story behind it, but it's nice to own. I'm missing only the green I was made, but can't find it.
Yeah.
No. Well, then we have Mexico, the Rayo Vac. That's the original. And I also got a fake one. I don't have it. I don't think I have it over here. But that's the color copy I was talking about. Yeah. What can I say? I bought it on eBay. I bought one copy on eBay and one copy from a Mexican dealer at almost the same time. The copy I bought from the Mexican dealers, that was the color copy. So I've contacted that dealer, and he says he has more of it, and he's going to send me an original sleeve.
We'll see.
We'll see. What it takes 4 weeks before it is here. So.
Yeah.
Well, I wait for it. I give him a chance, but well, it's a strange story, I think.
Well, he had to have one to make the copies from.
That's right.
You know?
So maybe
Yeah, but if he's sending it to me,
yeah, but he made him 1,000 copies before.
Then send it to me. Yeah. I don't know, but I found it, and I was happy to have one to compare it with, because otherwise I thought it was original, because I don't have a graphic eye to see at it and say it was a copy. But when you compare it, you can obviously see that it is a copy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I never could figure out that sleeve anyway. You know, when I first saw it, I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I know it's legit and all that, but what the heck? Why in the world is there an advertisement on that thing?
Yeah, why? Yeah, I don't know that either. There is another one with Pepsi on it, but that one is fake.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
It looks a lot like the solo EP from Mexico, but with Pepsi on it.
Mm-hmm.
But one is fake. Recently, a couple of them have been sold on eBay. Blue Gamma label, which for promotional only it says, but the sleeve was fake. I think the vinyl was legit, but the sleeve must have been fake. And I'm not sure, but I think so. I think that was that was the case. Anyway, another strange thing is this one.
I was hoping you would show that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's legit, but I'm not 100% sure, because it is a promo inside it.
Okay.
SN number, and all the other SN numbers have a normal Casablanca sleeve on it, company sleeve, not a picture sleeve. Why is this the only one?
Good question.
Good question.
Yeah, it is, and it's also looking very good, not worn at all. I don't.
Yeah, that makes you worry.
Yeah, well, I think it's legit, but I have my doubts. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100%. These are the blue ones from Mexico. Gamma label. I think you also have albums with a blue label.
Correct.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first ones, and this is also an SN copy from Mexico. And this is normally the company sleeve which comes with it. It's a plastic Casablanca company sleeve. I can pull it out to show it better. It is, kind of unique. I've never seen it before with other countries. But this is the Mexican one.
Huh.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, it has the Casablanca logo.
And what looks
And
like
an RSO.
Yeah.
An RSO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Stigwood.
It's plastic.
Huh. I guess the same distributor down there must have distributed both of them.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. One moment. I have another nice thing.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. You have it?
No, I don't have it. I like it, but I don't have it.
That is super cool.
Yeah, that's a magazine, or more like a poster magazine, with a vinyl inside it. And this one isn't sealed, but nice to have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice graphics on it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, it has a fault on it. I don't know if I can show it to you. Yeah, on the back side, it's kind of glossy. You see that underneath Peter Chris, what it says?
Oh,
Vinnie
yeah.
Vincent.
Vinnie Vincent.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's that's nice. Well, then we have some very nice things from the Netherlands, the country I'm from. This is the first one.
Yeah, y'all got a lot of nice sleeves.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Especially, well, this is the first one. Very nice and not easy to get. Even more rare is this one.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Shout it out loud. And also with a very vintage picture on it. Also from the first album.
Mm-hmm.
Both are on blue labels, and the third one from '76.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Well, it's also in the Casablanca box.
Yeah.
Very nice sleeve. That's right. But those were the three releases from the Netherlands. Between '76 and 1980, I think it was, they imported every 7-inch from France.
Okay.
Things were released over here in Netherlands. No Dutch pressings, but pressings from France. So
Gotcha.
yeah. So they were released in the Netherlands, but not officially on the Netherlands. Not on officially the Netherlands picture sleeve.
I think I have a storm rolling in here, so just in case I get cut off again, I hear it thundering outside. So.
Okay. Well, it's nice and sunny over here. Well, it's now almost 9 o'clock over here, I think, but we had a sunny day. Well, then I think I have, besides your copy, the Let Me Go Rock and Roll Harder Than Hell, that must be the most rare copy on earth from Kiss Singles, but I think I have got second rare one.
All right.
Yeah. Let's show it. This one.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's from the Netherlands. It also has the same story as The Reason to Live from France. That was the story I've told you before. This one was in stores for about, I think, only 1 week, and then it was removed and replaced by the blue spot sleeve. And it's more ugly. I don't know why they replaced it. Yeah, it's the same sleeve in Spain, but no idea why they did it. Because I do like this sleeve, and it's very rare. You will not find it.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm lucky to have one. I've never seen it before, but it's the back side is almost the same as the front side. Only a small
text at the bottom.
Some text. Yeah, at the bottom. Yeah, that's right. Well, but the vinyl is the same as the blue spot. It's no difference. Then you got another interesting thing from the Netherlands.
I like that. Yeah.
There are two different ones. Killer and Killers.
Yeah.
So which one came first? I guess the
misspelled one came first. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that made sense. Killers came first, and Killer, well, that one is more rare. Because I think the first, I don't know how many were pressed, but when it was sold out, I suppose they have made a second press and corrected the fault they have made. So the second press is rare. You can't find that. Ooh, that's a thunderstorm.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
I hear it.
I told you, man, it's coming.
Yeah.
So I may lose power. Who knows? So.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Hey, not to go out of order, but do you have that beef? The Italian Beth misprint?
Yeah.
Do you have that?
I have that. Yeah, I have that one.
That's super bizarre too. So.
Yeah, that was corrected with a sticker.
Right.
Yeah. With beef, and then they placed a small white sticker with Beth on it. But there is another mistake in Italy, and New York Groove is also misspelled as New York Grove with one O instead of.
New York Grove.
Check when you have it. Check it. but it's also misspelled. But it's from Italy. Well, this one, I recently bought it from Panama.
Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know that there is an I Was Made from Panama. I haven't got that one. Oh, sorry. I know that there is a Shandy from Panama. I haven't got that one. I recently found the I Was Made on eBay. Well, very happy with it. Not cheap, but it's my only one from Panama.
Wow.
And never seen that one before. I have no clue how many they were made, but well, very proud to own a copy.
I bet. Yeah, it's pretty sparse in the book on the Panama page.
Yeah, there is. No, I hadn't had one picture, but that was for the Shandy. I know it exists, but I haven't got a picture. Now I at least has one from I Was Made. So then you got Peru, and Peru also. This one is an original sleeve. Well, hard to see. And this is a copy. Well, you think I showed 2 times the same sleeve, but it isn't.
Wow.
The first one is, you can recognize it because the print is more blurry. When it is a color copy, the sleeves are exactly the same. They are glued the same. Also, on the back side, they are the same. Cut off, small hole inside it. Well, this is the original. It's had a lot of stains on it.
Yeah.
And this one is the copy. Also, with a cut off size. Only you can recognize it by the blurry picture, and that's all. So.
Cut out on one side. Are there
cut out.
There very many 45s like that? I don't think I've seen any like that.
No, I think only Peru has it this way. Yeah. Cut out on one side. Yeah. Italy has the big round cutouts in the center. But
all right, well, let's keep talking. We lost Jason there, but
we lost them again. All right. Well, Peru. Well, then we go to Portugal. This is.
I love that one. Yeah,
it's a very nice sleeve. It's also been counterfeited. But that one is also easy to recognize because it has a thicker sleeve.
Okay.
This one is thin. Yeah. That's the difference.
Yeah, I've got one of those. I don't think I've got it sitting here handy, but I think mine is blue vinyl. I think.
Yes, it has been released on the colored vinyl. Yeah, blue. I think there is. It also been released on black vinyl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that is more
problematic there.
Yeah, more problematic to recognize, but you can recognize it on the sleeve, and also the label is a bit more blurry than the original. So you can see that. Okay, well, I'll grab some behind me.
All right.
We continue with Spain.
Look, Jason might be popping in here. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like that one. I always like that picture of them coming out of the country like that.
Yeah, that's right. It's also a German release with the same picture. But it's a very nice sleeve, and this is the first one from Spain. Second one is this one.
Okay.
And the Flaming Youth. It's very nice. And the nice thing is the different back size. It's almost the same thing as the USA one, but it has a different back size.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. And then I show you one from Spain. It looks very regular. It's this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think USA also has released the Reason to Live with a picture sleeve.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Jason.
Oh. Hey.
I've been back for about 2 minutes, or a minute anyway. So.
Not here.
No,
I've been hearing him. I've been hearing him watch it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hank.
All of you watched it. Okay. All right. Well, this one is pretty rare. It's from Spain. It has mentioned on the label, but and a little mentioned on the sleeve on the back side. Small letters on the front. Small letters on the lower side of the label. It's over here. That's the only difference. So you can see it's from Spain, but it's very rare. A lot of collectors are searching and asking me for this one. I don't know when I bought it and what I paid for it. I have got it, I think, about 10 years or so, 15 maybe. I don't recall where I bought it, but you don't see it anymore. Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got this one from Sweden. I have shown you the other three. This is the original one from Sweden. And well, there is a little story behind this one because what I have is USA vinyl inside it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it has been released that way. Swedish cover and USA vinyl inside it. But when they sold out the sleeves, the demand still was there for the vinyl, and they made a Swedish vinyl with a Swedish label on it, without a picture sleeve.
Oh,
So only and well, some say they have been sold with a picture sleeve, and some say they have been sold without it. Well, I don't know the answer to that, but it's pretty rare. This one is rare, but when you got the vinyl from Sweden, not the USA but the Swedish vinyl, that's even more rare. I've seen that one for sale on the Utrecht record fair for 1,000 euros.
Wow.
Yeah, without a sleeve, from Sweden. Very rare.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Sweden got some more nice covers. Most are in black and white.
I
Recognize this one from the box also.
I do, and actually I fought against
love
that
gun.
one, but anyway.
Really? I
have
kind
the
of
origi-
like the black and
Yeah.
white sleeves.
No, I don't like
Yeah,
the
me
black.
too.
Especially because we used almost the same sleeve for, almost same picture on another sleeve. So, but yeah. But I can see why some people like it.
Yeah, yes, it's very nice sleeves. I think they have one in color. I think that's the only one in color.
Is that right?
In front of me, but well, anyway, very interesting stuff.
I Live It Loud
Then
appears to be in color too.
Yeah. Let me see. Then we have some stuff from Thailand. Oh, no, don't think it is.
Muskrat Love.
Yes.
All right.
Is it Kiss or is it not? Well, it is. It has a strange kind of sleeve, but it's a Kiss song on it. This is on the back side.
All right.
You can see it.
Yep.
I hope.
Yeah, Beth. Okay. All right.
Yeah. That song is unsided, but well, they use a strange sleeve. Captain and Tennille.
Well, and aren't there, and again, excuse me if you're getting ready to pull this up, but aren't there some sleeves with Kiss on them that they're not on the record?
Yes, there are.
There we go.
This is Kiss with Kiss on the sleeve, and on the song on the vinyl.
Very cool.
That's the only one from Thailand. And of course, there are ones with Kiss on the sleeve and no Kiss songs on it.
Mhm.
This one or
That's
solo
bizarre.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, and I understand what some people are, but I'm not a big, I mean, they do that with LPs in some countries too, and I'm just not a big buyer of those. Well, I'm not a buyer of, it's just, I don't know. I can see how people want them in their collection, but it's not something for me.
Yeah, well, they are not cheap. That's the
Oh,
thing. No, when you find them, you have to pay big bucks. But it's well, anyway, I've got them in my book, and I want to collect them. I think I got 75% of them, and still looking
That's
for
cool.
the rest. Yeah, and even there are variations on labels. This one has a pink kind of label, pink purple.
Uh-huh.
I know there also is a green one existing. So when does it stop? I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't think it does. No. Well, then we got another one from Turkey, and that's also very.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have that.
That looks familiar. Yeah.
That's a nice one too.
Yeah, well, I was kind of lucky to find the sleeve because this was the vinyl. I bought the vinyl only. I think about 4 or 5 years ago, I got the opportunity to buy the vinyl without the sleeve. Well,
Really?
yeah, but it was, I think I paid 15 euros for only the vinyl, but without the sleeve. Well, anyway, I thought I'd buy it. And last year I find somebody on eBay selling the sleeve only. So without the vinyl. Well, anyway, I bought that one for 50 euros. So together I paid 65 euros for this one.
That's cheap, man. That's cheap.
Very cheap.
Yeah, very cheap. Yeah.
And even in good condition.
Yeah, and there's another example of that's counterfeit, but you know that's all they had there. So that's very very desirable, very desirable counterfeit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think the records from Turkey are desirable too, or not?
Oh yes.
Especially
they're starting to make counterfeits of the counterfeits.
Yes.
That's not desirable.
No. I don't know. I haven't seen the counterfeit of this one.
I have not of that. No, I haven't either. And in fact, most of them are so trashed out that you know they're not counterfeited. You know.
Well, this one is kind of trashed out, but it's it has been used and it has some small writing on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, another country who has counterfeits is Zimbabwe.
Okay. All right.
Formerly known as Rhodesia. Strange kind of labels. It says Casablanca. It's white. There's no logo on it, and very hard to find. Even a misspelled I was made for Leuvenue.
Leuvenue, all right.
Leuvenue. Yeah. But there is another version, also one with I was made for loving you. So there are two versions of it. I haven't got that one, but there are two versions.
Yeah. Not hard to find one, you know.
No, you can't find them anywhere. You can't. No. I found them a couple of years ago, and since then, no, can't find them anywhere.
Yeah, I've got some South African LPs, Peru and stuff like that, but no Zimbabwe. They just don't. I mean, most of them got destroyed. You know,
right. I think so. Yeah. Well, there is one. There's Kiss or something. It's also been released.
But I don't have the Zimbabwe of it. It's it's out there. It's out there. I've got. It looks just exactly like the South African, except for a label difference on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it probably will be in your book, I suppose.
Oh yeah. I got pictures of both. I mean, you know, not having it, but having pictures is two different things.
Yeah.
Olaf Ken took care of me with a picture for that. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He has a huge collection, especially albums.
Yeah.
I've met him a couple of years ago in Stockholm when we were to a Kiss concert.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome.
We met each other in the pub. There was some kind of Kiss meeting, and we talked to each other. It was very nice. Yeah. And he told me about his huge collection and the story behind it. So
He's the one that's got some of those colored vinyl El Salvador solo albums, right?
He does. Yeah, he's got. I know he's got the Paul Stanley.
Yeah, he's got the Paul. Yeah.
There recently was one guy who had all four.
He's got three.
Olaf got three.
Now maybe there's another guy, but there's a guy that's got three. He's given me photos of those three. He doesn't have the Peter Criss, but pretty sure no guy that's got the Peter Criss, so they're all going to be in the book.
Okay, but you haven't got a picture of that one.
Not yet. No.
Not yet. All right. Okay.
Yeah. If you've got it, send the picture.
I haven't got it. No, I have got some from records, but not the fancy ones. No.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it for the 7 inches. I think I've told something about the more rare ones. There are a lot of more I have, but these are the rare ones, and the stories behind them.
So, what's your favorite 45 in your whole collection?
My favorite is I think I've showed that one from the Netherlands. Yes.
Oh yeah,
No. It's this one. I think that's my favorite.
Cool picture.
That's cool. Yeah.
Very cool picture. That's right. Backside also interesting.
Yeah. That's a cool
Yeah,
piece.
show everybody how you've got your sleeves together. I'm sure a lot of people notice that, and I still got to do the rest of mine. I did about 2 or 3 of them like that after you showed me how to do it. In my mind, I'm telling you, I have a hard time figuring out which way to put those for some reason. But
The
it's
first
very
time
cool.
when you
It
do
looks
it,
good.
yeah. Well, it's well. What I do is I glue 2 thin. Yeah. Well, I call them Japan protect sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remove the adhesive strip, and then put a white protective sleeve inside one, and put the vinyl on the other side. Then I get another one, and I put the sleeve in it, glue them together, and then you can fold it into one, and that way, well, you can show every side of the sleeve and every side of the vinyl, and you will protect it against ring wear.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
the main
It is.
reason why I do it.
Yeah, I keep trying to figure out if there's a practical way to do that with LPs. I'm not 100% sure it is, but you know, it is. It's a really good idea.
I think you can do it the same way or not.
Probably. I don't
imagine.
know. There's a lot. Yeah. I'm sure we can.
The only thing
Sure
I'd be
can.
afraid of with LPs is they're a lot
The
heavier.
weight. Yeah.
Right. You
Weight.
may rip them apart.
Yeah, because you've got basically the same seam quality on a 7-inch sleeve as you do on a 12-inch, and I can tell you for a fact, you know, everything I've got's in resealable sleeves. I love those things, but especially as I was first trying to figure out how to get my photographs of my LPs of the jackets for the book, I must have opened those first 4 LPs, you know, the whole series of them, 7, 8 times, and I've had to replace a bunch of my sleeves. You know, I was just being too aggressive with them, I guess. But you know, thank God I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, I'm in the middle of taking photos and scans, etc. And well, I've damaged also a lot of them. So when I removed it, they mostly don't glue or stick together. So I have to replace them also. But sleeves are well, very cheap. They don't cost that.
Yeah, good. A good investment. A good investment.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I think that was it. I got some USA ones, but not ones with pixie sleeves.
Yeah. Well, and we do try to cover the US ones. Although again, waiting for the book to come out, because I do know that there's some variations that I don't have. You know, most of them are small variations like the pressing plant number or whatever, but that's still a variation in my book. You know,
Sure, yeah.
Now we don't have that as much with the pressing plant number on the labels of LPs, but there are some, and they're a little tough to find. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around if there's even a series like that or not, because they just don't show up. You know, there's I've seen a Love gun like that. I think I've seen it alive, but you know, it's tough to call. But I'm trying to think. Which of the U.S. later pressings do you think are real short pressings? You know, like Hard Luck Woman with a Filmworks label, and that does have a pressing plant number on it. That's a tough one.
Yeah, two different pressing plant numbers, number 49 and number
great.
72. If I
recall, I don't have either one of them. So good.
All right.
There
are 2.
Right.
Yeah, and then you have got the timepieces and the regular release. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think Wilbur Out Heroes is also not pressed in a large quantity. And of course, Let's Put the X in Sex promo copy.
Yeah. And you know, that one, I'm glad you brought that one up. To me, that one, when it comes up for auction, does not bring near the money I think it should be bringing. That's a rare record.
Very rare. Very rare.
And I think the last one I saw sell brought $75 or $80. And I know that sounds like a lot of money to some people for a 45, but not for such a short pressed 45 like that. I mean,
I think it's over $200.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah. Yeah, should be. So yeah, if you people see that, grab it. Like I said, when I saw that one, I kind of kicked myself in the butt after the fact. I should have bought it just because it was cheap, you know.
Yeah.
But you just don't see them that often.
No.
I don't know who that was intended for as far as the airplay on that thing. You know, it's just a weird mix. I don't know. I got my stuff here, but hey, here's one. So I can't remember if you counted this as you count this as singles.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. From Australia. Yeah. Two
Yeah.
different ones.
I got both these at the same time years and years ago. They're not in great shape from a guy in Australia. I got some LPs from him too. I mean, it's for eBay. And I was really surprised to find out the one with the logo is the short pressed and rare one. I figured it'd be this one without the logo on it, but
yeah, the original logo is more rare. That's right.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. And again, probably got in trouble because they put it out on that, you know.
Yeah,
perhaps. I don't know that.
It's amazing how they went rogue sometimes. Let's see. All right, so your 45s look like they're in great shape. Your sleeves and all that. You know, do you have any advice for people that are just getting into buying Kiss 45s? Besides the obvious fact that they need your book when it comes out, and if they want to do it now, they need to buy one of those copies behind you. But beyond that, what kind of advice can you give people?
Yeah, well, there is so many things to collect. Well, I only can advise when you find a rare one, buy it. But I also can imagine when you start collecting stuff, you want to make some. You want to get as much as possible, and when you buy a very rare one, your budget is out.
Yeah.
So I do recommend to sell the rare ones, or to buy the rare ones. But when you find some other stuff, well, don't leave it. Buy it. Yeah. That's all. Perhaps not in the beginning, not all the variations. Be satisfied with only one, and when you got more and more, then try to find the variations or the mispressings and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because
I can add to that as well, Henk. You know, like say, I don't. It's hard to find Kiss 45s in the U.S. in record stores for some reason. I don't know why, but when I do find them at like a record fair. You know, if it's a $3 one, I'm buying it. I don't care what it is. You know, I'm buying it. And
so you have 27,000 copies of I Was Made for Loving You, right?
I've got a bunch. But see, you stopped me before I got to the other important part.
All right.
Every time you get one, you better sit there and compare, because you probably got one of the variations pretty cheap and didn't even realize it.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's. How many I Was Made for Loving Yous are there, Henk, in the U.S.? Is it like I can't
it's
remember.
like 10 or something. 10 different ones.
9 or 10, something like that.
Yeah.
It's all because of different pressing plant numbers. There's an unnumbered one that I got these people had 2 of them in an auction on eBay, and I just bought the one because it was cheap and I knew I didn't have it, and I showed it, and everybody's going, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And I'm realizing, crap, I should have. Look out now. I'm realizing I should have bought the other one, and it's tough for people to find, but you never know when you're going to find that like that.
I'm missing that one too, without the plant number. I haven't got that one. I think I've got every other copy, but that's the only one missing. Yeah.
There's a perfect example right there. So yeah, just you know, and I don't even worry about condition too much on 45s when I buy them for $1. Although I'm not going to buy something like it's been moved on the sidewalk or whatever. You know, and the only other bit of advice I throw in for people also is, if you're going to get into trading with people, make sure that you're offering good quality stuff. You don't, nobody wants to trade you what's a very good or excellent 45 and get one in good condition. You'll lose a lot of good contacts like that. But
yeah, well, if you have something for trade, be honest and tell them the condition or show pictures.
Yeah.
I make a trade list every month and make real pictures and tell a little story about the vinyl, and then you know what you get.
Yeah.
You can trade it or buy it. I don't know, but you know what you get. Sometimes, people are very satisfied with a rare one. It's not in that good condition, but it's rare. People are satisfied.
Right. Yeah. I tell this, to me, when you look in somebody's rack, like my record rack, the worst condition that you see a record in, you can bet that's a valuable record. Or I wouldn't have it in that condition, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're happy to have it, even
Yeah.
if it is in a bad
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah, but I don't want a copy of Beth all scratched up. Too many of them out there.
Well, there are a lot of Beth.
Yeah. Well, what else have we got here? Because I'm afraid we're going to lose you in a minute, Jason.
I am too, man. Did you? Scared the crap out of me. So it's been rough. I mean, it got dark and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I don't know. Anything else you want to show, Hank?
No, well, I got some USA stuff, but I think you have got most of them, Tom. Not well. The only thing I'm looking for at this moment is the Shout It Out Loud short version.
The promo.
The promo, that is. You had that
tough.
haven't you? Yeah, that's very tough to get. Searching for the internet a couple of years now, but can't find it.
Yeah.
And
it'll show up at some point, and they won't even.
No, yeah.
They won't even identify it. You'll see it though. Somebody will have it in there, and it's just that longer print in the thing. I think. I can't remember if that's how I got mine, or if I got mine from Gary Kahn. But yeah, that's a tough one to get.
Yeah. Well, today I got lucky. I received a bunch of Portugal 7 inches.
Mm-hmm.
I think about 5 I Was Made for Loving You Portugal 7 inches, and one was a misprint.
Wow.
No kidding.
It says size 2, I Was Made, size 1, Hard Times. So it was misprinted. I knew it existed, but I was lucky. The seller didn't advertise with the misprint.
Right.
They just, I bought a bunch, and it was between it. So I was very lucky to have it. Yeah. So that sometimes happens. A couple of months ago, also the same thing with Love Gun from Germany, also misprint, also Love Gun size 2.
Oh.
Yeah. So sometimes you have to be lucky, and I think most sellers don't recognize it, just like you said, Tom, like the Shout It Out Loud short version, they don't recognize it.
Yeah.
They sell it, and if nobody else recognizes and you do, then you're a lucky buyer.
That's how I got my 2 Alive 2 misprints.
That's right.
People. People not knowing what they were, paid $40 a piece for them.
Yeah, with a hooligan.
I think one of the craziest stories I read on that, Tom Daniels, one of the members on our page, he got a copy of Double Platinum. I'm not going to say exactly what it was listed under when he got it, because I'm looking now. I have been looking for years. He gets it, opens it up, and it's got Gene and Paul's pictures on both sides.
Yeah, both sides. Yes.
Yeah.
Shown that night.
Yeah. That's it. Now that's living right when you look into something like that.
That's right. Yeah, I look for those too.
Yeah.
So
never found one. Don't think I will, but
never found one.
Lucky.
Yeah. All right. Well, are we going to call it a day there?
Yes, I think so. I think I've told what I want to tell.
Perfect.
Well, Hank, we appreciate you coming on.
We'll
make sure that we plaster your page address all over this as we're doing it, and obviously, we're looking forward to when you're ready to talk about your book coming out, and probably bring you back on when it gets ready to come out.
Yeah.
And obviously, me and you need to kind of coordinate a little bit. We don't want to be dropping these books all at one time. But,
I think yours will be first.
I don't know. I'm getting close. I don't know that I'm going to make that by the end of the year deadline that I hoped I would. It's just, man, this photo editing here at the end. I have finally finished taking all my pictures, but I've got pictures that other people are sending in that I've got to clean up, and it'll get there eventually. Same with yours, Yeah.
Yes, I think so. My deadline was also the end of this year, but don't think I will get it ready before the end of the year.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we just need to quit our jobs and work on it full time.
I think so. Yeah. Well, then it will be.
Yeah.
Busy schedule and nice weather outside, so
yeah.
I'm not going out to work on a book when the sun is shining. So
that's exactly right. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, man, it's been fun. Really appreciate
Yeah,
you
well, it
coming
was
on.
nice. Very appreciated that you would have me on this podcast. Very happy to tell my story.
You've been on the list to have on since the very beginning.
Yeah.
You're. I can cross you off my list now. So.
Okay.
So,
It was nice being on the show.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's it for this episode of Kiss My Wax.
Everybody.
We'd like to thank Hank for being on with us, and we'll see you next time.
Want more wax? Visit us at www.kissmywax.net, download the show on iTunes, or email us at contact@kissmywax.net.